Santos now ready to get this one started. And off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. But you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, second and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Escaping the pressure right. Completes it to Aguilar. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first.
That is definitely what we call on defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 23 yards on the play. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 down at the 31. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Jackson going to find his running back here. It's Dobbins. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. 25 yards that time. Jackson now. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. A line of scrimmage once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. They go back to the ground with Dobbins. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, and now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4 down territory?
That is caught. It's Bateman for a Raven touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown pass. And the Ravens get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Let's make no bones about it. On paper, they're the better team. They're at home. That's a strong opening drive.
And just think how many times we've seen this type of a matchup. Just what you said, better team at home should steamroll, and we've seen it go the other way. Sometimes, though, they buy into it and understand we are the better team. Let's go out and prove it right now.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Starting on the ground with Herbert. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Extend. 11.
Now Fields. He'll fire deep, looking for more. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Almost feels like anything you can do, we're going to try and match or do better. We've already seen one touchdown pass from the opposition. They tried to equal it on that throw.
On third down, Herbert. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches. An ideal start defensively. They already have the touchdown. Now they get the stop.
Just like they drew it up on the chalkboard. Does that sound dated? Right? Am I out of touch a little bit?
It's all right.
All right, grease board, heck, computer. Exactly what you want, though. Score on your first drive, stop them on the first drive defensively.
So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. 4th down. Now they'll go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and that will force a turnover on downs. On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Now Jackson. He'll swing this out to Dobbins. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Here's Jackson to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And that one going to come up short. Low throw. Maybe a little over-anxious in the pocket there. He just didn't look comfortable on that throw.
No, he didn't, because it wasn't his normal fluid delivery. And I think you might have had it right. Wasn't really confident with what he saw downfield and almost felt like he wanted to pull that one back.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Montez Sweat, the man that time to fight in and drop him. They tried to go with a little play action there, but nobody on the defensive side bit.
Yeah, they adjusted in time and in a big way and ultimately got the sack. On offense, sometimes you're running play action just to set up a certain blocking technique.
Under pressure, they got him again. Montez Sweat, 2 plays in a row now that he has gotten in there for the sack, and it brings up 4th down. So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out, and he is going to need to bomb this one. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. Tucker's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue, because you know after the sack there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds, so really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. The Bears in good field position to start out 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. A play fake, now Fields to throw. He's going to look deep for more. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Bears. DJ Moore, 59 yards. And the Bears are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. He's tough to contain as it is, but in man coverage with a pretty deep pass downfield, really tough to contain.
And it's so difficult because every play you've got to consider he might try and run past you. So your goal as a defensive back is to give him plenty of cushion, meaning lots of space between you and him. If he wants to catch the short stuff, come up and secure the tackle, hit him a bunch during the game, and try and keep him in front. But if you turn your head for a second, if your concentration wanes, he just takes off and goes. And I think that's what we just saw there.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Returning it, Justice Hill. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. Meanwhile, Jackson's thrown into the hands of Andrews. And Andrews going to have a Ravens first down as he'll get this up past the 35-yard line. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now it's Jackson. Buying time to his left. And that'll be complete to Dobbins. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
And that's why you do all the drills that you do from the quarterback position, because you're not going to just throw to your strength. The right-handed quarterback naturally will want to move to the right side to throw the football. But sometimes you've got to go left, and that's exactly what happened on that play. Forced to his left, still able to accurately throw it downfield for a completion.
2 yards to go, 2nd down. Jackson will throw again. They set up the screen for Dobbins. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
And this pass rush has really been bringing the heat and has already gotten home a few times here in the first half. So how about the play call there? Sometimes if you can't protect, you've got to fool them. Screen passes like that can take a little steam out of what's been a relentless rush so far.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. And the Bears are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw, or maybe the ball's tipped, or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
Oh, what a read on the outside as it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the Ravens are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Now Jackson on 2nd down. This one into the hands of Aguilar. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. A good convergence there defensively. Only a yard, and it's 2nd down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Now 2nd and 9 from the 10. Now Lamar changing the look. On 2nd down, Jackson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. A good, tight football game thus far. 10-7 the score as we resume action on EA Sports. Tyler Scott now from his end zone. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. And what's the game plan, Charles, for the 2nd half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the 1st half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
Here we go. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Back to throw. Fields. Flushed out right. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. The improv act there, good for 9, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1.
Partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
They'll run with Herbert. And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the 1st. Well, they gave themselves options there on the 3rd down play and were able to convert on that RPO.
Shows a lot of trust with the guy taking the snap, doesn't it? Because you're counting on him to make the right reads and give the ball where it's supposed to go. And he did on that play.
On 1st down, right back to Herbert. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down. Here's Fields. That is incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
A good action to this point in the 3rd quarter. Just a 3-point game. 2nd and 10. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had it and dropped it. That is an unforced error there that takes away what could have been a touchdown. Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. To throw is Fields. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively. But they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Khalil Herbert from 13 yards out. And the Bears have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. Santos with the extra point, and the lead is now 14-10. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Hill going to sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And, Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, one-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, it's offense. They've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth, almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just, our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side, trying to match each other.
Here's a give to Dobbins running right. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
It's now 2nd and 6.
No, we changed it.
Now it's Jackson. Throw out wide is incomplete.
At this point in the second half, one mistake on a forced throw could doom your chances of a comeback. So that's the right call there to just throw that one away.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Jackson. Now they go screen. It's complete. Finding room in midfield. And he takes it across the 50 to the 46-yard line. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first.
Well, they certainly have their share of troubles running the football in this one, but this play is almost an extension of the running game right here. They set up the screen, let him work out in space on the perimeter, and he turns it into a big pickup.
A give. Dobbins trying the right side. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again. Throwing is Jackson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They had their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
On second down, a run with Dobbins. And he's out of bounds, but now for a big pickup that time on what's going to wind up being the final play of the 3rd quarter. Back now in Baltimore. It's the Ravens with possession of the football, but trailing on the big board as we get set for the 4th. We are about 15 or so miles northwest of world-famous Miami Beach as we are set for football at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens. Today we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here as it'll be the Cleveland Browns taking on the Miami Dolphins. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And no return here to start. It's a fair catch, and they will set up shop at the 25. And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
They're right here.
The drive starts with a run from Achane. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. We look at this Browns defense. They come into this one rounding out the top 10 in the 10 spot against the run.
Most of their challenges have come in the passing game because against the run, they've been pretty darn good. Now you've got to figure out a way to slow down those receivers before they get downfield and maybe make a few more plays on the ball when it's in the air.
And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Tua sets up to pass it. And that's going to be incomplete. But, man, his first throw, that nearly went the other way. Instead, it's 4th down.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Here's more on the return. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. And they'll run the option to start the drive. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a 1st down. Here's Watson. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. 15 more yards there and quickly another 1st down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Clock keeps moving.
Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. This defense for the Dolphins, they were terrific in the win over Tennessee a week ago.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is what every back in the league is supposed to do, exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the 1st down.
From the red zone now, Watson. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on 1st down to set him back on 2nd. They're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Watson off play action. He's got a man. It's his fullback. So 8 yards on the completion there. And it's going to be third down and a ways to go here. Third and 14.
Well, this has certainly been a nice drive with the way they've spread the football around. Here, they even get the fullback involved in the passing game. That's got to cause a lot of consternation on the defensive side. You got to cover him, too. That makes things really difficult.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, they had that one snipped out defensively. That's a tough one to connect on when you got multiple defenders in the area, and it winds up incomplete.
So on fourth down, Kevin Stefanski trots out the field goal unit. From the right hash, this from an even 40 yards out. And this is just outside the right upright. It's no good, and this will remain a scoreless game.
Wow, that qualifies as a bad miss because anything inside of 40 should be automatic. That's a big mistake right there.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they are winners of 2 straight games as they have climbed back to 500 now on the season.
And you and I both know this can be a tough team to figure out sometimes because I remember a few weeks ago you and I having a conversation where we both thought that this was a season they could get away from them pretty quickly. Obviously not.
You look at this Browns defense. Against the pass, they're hoping to trend in the opposite direction because right now they're ranked number 26 in the NFL.
What they lack in pass defense, they do make up for in run defense. They're a top 10 unit against the people trying to move the ball on the ground. But this is a passing league, so there's a conundrum for them. How do they get better defending the pass? So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
The throw over the middle taken in. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. Well, they were in search of a short gain on third down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 39-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. The Dolphins at 500 and 3-3 through the season's first 6 weeks. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Well, the great coaches said football is really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush won, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. That one good for 13 and a Dolphin 1st down. On 1st down, back to Achane. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down with a nice little gain. 41 yards rushing for him now to this point. All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organically. It's a natural deal based on reads. In college, if you're going to throw the football for triple option, you've actually called that play.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It's a 5-yard pickup that time on what will wind up being the final play of this first quarter. No score after 1 on EA Sports. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Achane is not going anywhere. He'll be hit and dropped for no gain at the 2-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef, that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. Only a yard there, so it brings up 4th and goal. Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We are soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what, right?
Yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. And I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
And he'll wind up being knocked back to the 3-yard line. They stop him up short on 4th and goal from the 1. And the Browns are able to come up with a goal line stand. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And they are a game under 500 now following the loss a week ago. And this is a team, Charles, that just has not been able to string victories together.
Yeah, they're certainly going the wrong way, aren't they? Because it looked like they had things pointing in the right direction, but now they've lost 2 straight. And that means this game is vital, extremely important, because if they fall 2 games below 500, the road back into playoff contention, awfully difficult.
Able to bust through the tackle, but not much to show for it. Still inside the 5. The second down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. From his goal line here, Watson dumps this to his running back, Chubb. And he's only able to get to right around the 3. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down. The Browns send out their punter now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. Watch out for Hill on the return. They'll call that a 61-yard punt. He got all of that one. And it'll be Dolphin football. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. A kind of a lucky break on the prior drive, Charles. The turnover on downs that the offense had didn't come back to bite them after the other side of their defense came through, was able to hold them without any points.
I would agree with you, partner. A little bit of a lucky break indeed, but you know what they'd say to us? No luck, just pure skill. We rose to the challenge, and we didn't permit a score. That's how we roll.
Well, I'm kind of curious, Charles, if they might temper their aggressiveness now offensively if they get in that 4th down spot again.
Yeah, one would think so, but maybe because they held them, they might go for it again. They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big 3rd down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
Number 2, ice jab. Hey, Watson, Oscar.
Now they'll send Waddle in motion left.
Watson, Oscar. 20, TX.
On 3rd and long, it's Tagovailoa. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now a throw here, hauled in. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Wide open receiver complete. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A good pickup there, 26 yards. From the 2, here's 1st and goal.
All right, let's go.
They'll run, Achane. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd and goal at the Browns' 3-yard line.
Looking to pass. Tua. Rush coming, and he's taken down. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal.
A 9-yard loss brings up 3rd and goal.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw. 3rd and goal. He's sacked, and multiple players broke through the line to get him. 2 minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half.
45-yard attempt.
So 4th down, Tua departs, and on is Jason Sanders and the Dolphin field goal unit. And this will be a 45-yard attempt. And Sanders pulled it. It's no good. And this will remain a scoreless game. So 1st and goal quickly turns into 4th and goal, and then 4th and goal turns into no points whatsoever.
That's a very disappointing sequence of events right there. And I, for one, would not want to be the kicker who has to run over to his head coach and explain that one.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards.
And the Browns first down.
Off of play action, it's Watson. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Now it's Watson. That's complete. It's Elijah Moore. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. What do they have for this? 3rd and 11. Now Watson. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 33. 21 yards there on 3rd down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Watson. To the right side, and he's got more complete. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver, that makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football. The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this 1st half. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. Running for it. Here's Chubb. And he picks up the 1st down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the 1st half of play. Now Watson. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. It's a pick six and a Dolphins touchdown. Well, it turns out it's not their offense who gets them on the board first, CD. It's the defense coming through right there with the pick six.
And I know from experience throughout the week when you go against the offense, you're challenging them all the time. You're letting them know, hey, don't worry about scoring this week. We'll take care of it. We'll get a few pick sixes and score ourselves. You're just kidding? But how about what he just did right there? Laid it out for the rest of the game. We score. Hey, offense, can you keep up with us?
So not much time to speak of remaining in this 1st half as the kick's away. From his end zone, here comes Jerome Ford. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Well, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. He'll buy some time right. And I think the ball's out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Well, obviously you never want to fumble, but if you do, good to be towards the sideline and saves them a possession.
Saves the embarrassment, saves it going down on the play sheet as a turnover. But I still think they should go to the defense, even if they don't recover it. If you give up the football, you gave up the football.
Well, agree to disagree, I guess.
Can you tell what I played?
Yeah, you played defense.
Yeah.
I'll let you go.
I took a shot.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. And trouble trying the middle here. And he'll get this up to about the 40. 43 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
From the lineman to the guy running with it, that was a well-executed first down by the offense. With 2 shots left to get the first, you can get a little aggressive here on 2nd down if you want and try for some bigger yardage.
To throw on 2nd is Watson. This will be caught. Judy. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 33. A very solid gain of 27.
But look what we have here. A sustained drive, and that was certainly AWOL in the first half. They really struggled to try and move the football. But right now, they certainly seem to have the formula working. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Watson on first down. That's out to Chubb, complete. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
And it'll be intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And the Dolphins are going to take over at their own 13-yard line.
Intercepted. The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 13-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And their defense just helped them out by getting the football back on the opening drive here in the second half. And now can the offense follow through with points on their first possession?
And that's a big one for them because after the work the defense has done, they've got a chance here to open up this lead.
Hey, we often talk about defensive ends setting the edge, sometimes even the outside linebackers. But how about here? This is a cornerback essentially setting the edge and finishing off that play for a loss.
Tua's throws taken in by Waddle. And that's good for a gain of 6. 3rd and 7 now. That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career. Now 3rd down and 7.
Solo left Zion.
Now Tua. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Ron Thornhill. And this one will be brought back to the 22. So that, Charles, maybe the play that this defense has been looking for.
They've hung in there, and if they lose this game, it won't be from a lack of effort on their part. The key question is, can the offense finally do something? Because we're into the 3rd quarter, and a 0 is still glowing on the scoreboard.
On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
A quick throw caught out wide by Judy. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Sometimes you get all those big guys down there in one spot, and there's just nowhere to go. And in this case, the defensive tackle used his strength and swallowed him up.
2nd and goal from the 6 this time. They'll try again with Chubb. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Watson. Under pressure now, he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. Only a 3-yard loss there on the sack, but more importantly, it leads to a 4th and goal. So now the Browns will turn it over to their field goal unit here from the right hash, and this one just a chipping. And his kick is indeed good. Well, I don't know if they would have gone for it on 4th and goal anyway, but the sack on 3rd down pretty much made their mind up for them.
You're exactly right about that, and this is a tough place on the field to take a sack because, as you just noted, it took the decision-making away from them. Now they have to go for a field goal instead of potentially going for it.
The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Now this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the 3rd quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the 4th quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now, look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run. 3rd and 2. They'll run for it with Achane. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now.
3-yard loss on the play. It's 4th down.
Before they can get the punt away, whistles as we've come to the end of the 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Hey, 21 TA.
They're going for it. Here's Tua with it. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Facing a 4th down, they come away with 18 yards and the 1st down conversion. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. And he's got his man on the out route. But he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. On play action, here's Tua. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Greg Newsome. Down the left sideline. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown. Well, I mean, both offenses have clearly struggled throughout, so kind of fitting that it's another big defensive play that yields points here in the late going.
Yeah, really, both of these defenses have been up to the task throughout this game, and we haven't seen much in terms of offensive creativity or results. And there, not only does the defense force a turnover, but they have the presence of mind to take it back for 6 points.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
Ready.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they have to try and move past that pick 6 because now they're dealing with a 4th quarter deficit. And they need this drive to end in points. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback, he's not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Go ahead.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. He'll get this to his tight end. It's Jonnu Smith. A gain of 8 there on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
First and 10 at the 28-yard line.
On first down, Tagovailoa. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Myles Garrett picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. This defense, they just continue to feast. 5 sacks now as a unit. It's been quite an afternoon getting to the quarterback.
And we're seeing it come from a variety of places as well. Sometimes just the guys up front getting to him. Other times you add extra guys rushing the quarterback, twists and stunts. It's been a variety, and they've had no way of blocking them.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. The Dolphins on 3rd down, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This will be 3rd and forever. From the gun, it's Tua. Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the third time. Picked off by Greg Newsom. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line.
They'll take over at first and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. They go up the middle with Chubb. Powers through it. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Browns are able to build on to their 4th quarter lead. We talked so often about how hard it is to win in the NFL when you turn the ball over, and here a late turnover leads to a 4th quarter touchdown and a 2-score lead.
And what's more important is being able to take advantage when a turnover presents itself. You've got to come up with points to make the other guy pay. They're able to do so here, and they've got a pretty good chance now of winning this football game.
And he'll elect not to run with it. And a fair catch on the kickoff will move the ball to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Martin Emerson. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. Well, time, certainly not on their side offensively. They had to take some chances, but that interception will further hinder their already slim chance at victory.
Yeah, and you're talking about time not on their side, but it certainly is on the defense's side, and they understood that. They knew they had to press it a little bit, and they planned accordingly, and what a benefit for them, able to pick that one off and hopefully put this game away.
And give the tackle to Anthony Walker.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the 4th quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers. 4th quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4 fingers for 4-minute offense, and this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Now, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it. And let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And that's incomplete.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now, but he was fortunate on that one not to have another turnover on his ledger.
That is inches from the upright. It's no good. Wide to the left, and the lead will hold at 10. Now, Charles, all things considered, I guess that's not a critical miss at this stage, is it?
No, but still everything helps when you're trying to finish off a ball game. And you're right, not critical in terms of the scoreboard and the team, but the guy with the golden foot, he knows he's only as good as his last kick.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Here's Tua. Smith catches left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. And now they're in the hurry-up. Tua's going to change things up.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Grant Delpit. And he will take this all the way down to the 38-yard line. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. Who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. Got to figure the rush is going to be fierce again as they come up 2nd and 13. The 20. 5. Touchdown, Browns. Amari Cooper with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Browns look like they're about to put an end to their 2-game losing streak as they add on to their lead. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Rolling to his right. And a quick shuffle pass here is complete. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. On 2nd down, Tua. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Well, Zadarius Smith there getting in and bringing him to the ground.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailing by multiple touchdowns and a late sack. Just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
The Dolphins will send out the punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And from their own end zone, it's a fake. Under pressure, and down he goes in the end zone, and that's a safety. Well, this defense has been smothering all game long. Why not give them 2 more points here in the closing minutes?
Well, they've certainly earned it. They've gotten the better of this offensive line for 4 quarters, and this sack here will just be a little icing on the cake.
The Browns drive about to get started. Just all around a solid performance, and now they've got the 3-score lead here, Charles. So the final seconds of the 4th quarter.
Yeah, in this one, they've been in control, haven't they? They've earned this victory. No question who the better team was out there in this game. And frankly, the score could have been a lot worse than it was. Give them a lot of credit for how they played in this one.
And Watson's going to throw it here. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over. Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes. You just have to do it a little bit better, a little cleaner. And they did that in the second half, and that led them to victory.
So for Cleveland, they level their mark at 4-4 on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Dolphins, they fall a game under the 500 mark at 3-4 through 7 games. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.